When we look at the chart for DWAC today, we're looking at a red chart. Down by a further 10% today, the trend is very clear. Opening up on 67.75, closing down on the 60.82 mark. You will see it's a drop of $6.93. The intention of this video is to go over it. We're going to be doing a technical analysis, looking at all of the indicators, but obviously we're also asking why has this happened and ultimately what is coming next for the stock. Now before we do enter, it is definitely important for me to remember and also remind you guys that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that I share in this video with you guys is going to be financial advice. It's all just my personal opinion, and this stock is extremely risky. It's a very speculative play, so if you are looking to get into it, I would say only put in what you are willing to lose, because it can go up, but also can go down just as quickly. Be aware of both sides before you invest, but if it does sound like a good video, like I said, do subscribe. Now on top of that, do remember as well that we are doing a fundraiser right now for Save the Children. If you can donate anything, 100% of the funds do go straight towards Save the Children. The deadline for our fundraiser is the 24th of December, so basically Christmas Eve, going forwards into Christmas, hopefully we will have raised some nice amounts of money for the children. We've already raised $260. Let's try get up to $300 raised and then of course move from there. The more you can donate, the better. If you can donate, you will be making a positive influence and a positive difference to the least fortunate in our world. But now I've said that, let us jump into the video, and of course, just a quick gloss over this on the simple chart. The 1 day is quite clear to understand. So what we're seeing is, obviously, like I said, an open up on 67.75. Now from there, we did sit stable in this range up until about 10:30. You will see we were basically moving down a little bit, but really just barcoding in this range for a while. And then we had our first drop. This took us down to the $66 range, if not the mid 65 level. Then we just dropped a bit more, came back up to that 66 range, then dropped even further. Then we had our second big drop. Now once this had leveled out, it took us to 62s. Then we had a bit of consolidation here for a little while, and then we had our third drop. Now this took us to the low of the day, which was down here at 60.59, just a little bit from where we closed off at. But really what we are seeing here is what I would say consolidation from about 1:30 all the way until the end of session. So things are not looking too bad for that part. However, this is not really something that we have not seen in the past before. We do sometimes see this, a big move up or down in the morning and then consolidation towards the end of day. That has been clear on a few of these days if you look very closely. But yeah, whether this means anything going forward into tomorrow is unclear as of yet. Now, another thing that I think is important to highlight to you guys, look at stocks in this sector, all of these quote-unquote meme stocks as people do like to call them. I prefer to just call them speculative plays. All of these speculative plays, and especially out of those, the ones that went up at the same time, they are all coming down today. We're seeing obviously this stock being down by 10%, but look out to PHUN, down by a further almost 11%. We can see BENE is down as well. We're seeing Mark down by 9%. We're seeing METX, if you're wondering, down by 5.4%. And Prog is actually down by 3%. So really, it is a mixed day across the market, but a lot of stocks in this sector of quote-unquote meme stocks are all falling today. So this is not really any exception. And bear in mind, when we look at this stock as well, we have definitely been lower than this in the past. We hit our low period, which was our ultimate low from the initial rise, which was back down here. This was down at $56, I believe it was. So yeah, we do still have a while to go until we hit those lows, which is definitely a good thing. But my question is really, where do we go next for this stock? Now, one thing that I have had trouble with personally when analysing all of these stocks, all of these mentioned, especially the ones that took a rise in the last 2 weeks, where do we find the floor for these stocks? Because we don't really have a level to go off. Now, this stock kind of has given us that because we have seen a bit of a support level back here. So we do kind of know where the lows were previously, like I said, around the $56 mark. So we do have the potential to find a bit of support here, but it still is unclear. But I'm going to talk more about where we could be finding supports in a few moments. First, I just want to have a quick look at the technical indicators on the 1 day, 5 day, and also the 1 month. On the 1 day, we're seeing a moving average at 61.20, I believe it is. Again, it's a little bit higher than where we are because we have been falling throughout the day. It's not yet had the time to catch up, but it definitely will do in time. We've seen an RSI figure on 44, which is really not too bad either. This is only 6 points away from neutral, so it is kind of where you would want it to be. The trend for the MACD is also looking a little bit bearish because we have seen that dip towards the end as well. Come out to the 5-day chart, a few more things become clear. Not too far off the moving average. Again, whilst we have seen a drop into the later part of today, it has not been too prevalent in context of the past week or so it kind of has given us that time to catch up a little bit, but yeah, we are still a bit higher on that 5-day moving average. The RSI figure is coming a little bit low right now at 39. It's not too bad, it's definitely not oversold yet, but we do want this one to increase a little bit and come back to normal levels. Come out to the past month chart and a few things are clear over here. So what we're seeing today is a RSI of 63, which is still a little bit high, but you will see over time it was at 100 a while ago and now it is coming down to a more normal level, which is good. Now, a few other things to highlight for this time period is going to be today's volume at 10 million. Now, this is a very, very low volume. If we look back to the prior trading day, which was Friday, we had 19 million. The day before that, we see a volume of 33 million. Now, before that, we had 46. And come back to our high volume back here, we're looking at 500 million. And come back to here, you're even looking at 131 million. So volume has decreased significantly, and it has been decreasing over the past couple days, which really is not a good sign. Bear in mind, guys, if volume stays high, it does kind of imply that people are still talking about the stock, people are still trading the stock, and that is really what we want to see, because it is those buys coming into the stock that is going to keep the price high and is going to keep the price moving. So if we want to see more pushes upwards, I want volume to increase. That's something very simple that I would be looking for into the next couple of days. Whether that does happen or not is yet unclear, but I do hope it is something that we do get to see. Now, as far as the trend does come, like I said, it is definitely a mixed story. I do understand that some people believe that we do have further to drop, and like I have said, we have only managed to find a support once or twice in the past, which was back here, so we don't really have too much data to go off. What it really is about now, in my opinion, with the stock, okay, we've seen gains taking us to above $100, fair enough, that was then. What we want to see now, if we want our next push up, we want to see where the new floor is going to be. Now, this was an acquisition company, it started off at $10, so we do have a long way to fall to the absolute beginning of the stock. I do not honestly think it is going to go that low again, because I know that a lot of people are interested in the stock. I know a lot of people are getting together and holding the stock, and come back to AMC, come back to GME, that's just pure proof that if people do like a stock, if people do get together and buy it, there's no reason why it cannot get to a high price and maintain that high price. But inevitably, some people have bought into the stock back here, some people have bought in here, and some people are actually still up on profits from being back here and here. Either way, there are going to be people over time who do want to get out of this stock, so we do definitely have that possibility of falling lower. My question is, are we going to find our support level at our previous support, which would be the ideal scenario, or possibly even a little bit higher than that? Like I said, we don't really have too far to fall to be at that level of support again, so potentially we could be looking at a flip in trend change coming soon. But again, this is only 1 or 2 days worth of data and it is quite unclear. But the question for this video is ultimately, would I buy this stock right now? And I think the question, you know, it's definitely a controversial question, and my answer is mixed. As always, like I always say, it depends on how much you're willing to gamble. Like I did actually say at the beginning of the video, I would not put in more than you are willing to lose. However, when it comes to actually points to buy the stock, I would not buy it right now, but I do understand the potential of buying it right now. If you were to buy it now, and we do see that trend change coming in the next 2 days, there are some potential profits to be made right there. But for me, it's not that I think the stock is a bad buy, so please do not get me confused or mixed up. I think that if I was looking to buy the stock for any reason, I would wait a day or two just to see if we do find that support level at the previous price. Now again, that does not mean that I'm bashing the stock. It doesn't mean that I think it's not a buy overall. It just means that I think if we are looking to get the stock, we can definitely find it at a better price in my opinion. But the next 2 or 3 days, once again, are going to be crucial for the stock. And the same is what I have said for a lot of these, because they have all moved at the same time. And that is what we're seeing again today. A lot of these down by a very similar amount, actually, around 10%. So we want to see if this trend does continue into tomorrow, and ultimately if we do hit that level of support and bounce off that again and do see another push upwards. But I would urge on the side of caution, be very, very careful with this stock, guys, because like I did mention, it can go up but also can go down just as fast, and we do possibly have a long way to fall. But I do think the bottom could be near, but of course only time will tell, so do your own research and be very, very cautious. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.